All right, you guys, we got Ren with Money Game. Okay, so let's check this out, man.
It's a strange time we're living in. War can put fear in. Hierarchy parties, they make us feel inferior. Greed runs through parliament interiors. Devils walk among us, they fit the criteria. Eerie theory, strife, fearing, weary-minded men when we're clearly living in dictatorship.
I'm feeling the guitar. I'm definitely feeling the guitar. That rhythm, and I like how he adjusted his flow to he's rapping in between each string. So check this out. Like, check out the rhythm that Ren is using right here.
War can put fear in. Hierarchy parties, they make us feel inferior. Greed runs through parliament interiors. Devils walk among us, they fit the criteria. Eerie theory, strife, fearing, weary-minded men when we're clearly living in dictatorships. Nearly blinded by illusions to choose, but who's fooling who? A ball chained to your shoes, I'm pained. It's a crying shame. The pursuit of our own wealth lights a flame that makes greed a game that lets this whole war burn. As the world turns, the whole world burns. But money was invented for trade, but now those bits of paper twist hearts, make slaves, turns a saint into a sinner, a child into a killer. His finger on the trigger of a money game. Oh, rain, rain.
That is very interesting. I like that first verse though. I like what he did in that whole verse, man. So let me go break it down real quick. So strange time we're living in. World can put fear in you. Hierarchy parties make us feel inferior. Greed runs through the parliament interior. Devils walk among us, they fit the criteria. It reads the restrike, strike fury and weary mind did shoot. I lost the flow. It reads theory strike fear and weary minded men because we're clearly living in dictatorships, nearly blindsided by illusions to choose, but who's fooling who? I messed that up, man. I thought I had it. But anyway, dang, he said, world can put a fear in you. And then he connected that line with hierarchy parties make us feel inferior. Greed runs through the parliament interior. Devils walk among us. They fit the criteria. So there's a contrast with the devils and greed lines. And then eerie theory, strike fear and weary minds men because we're clearly living in dictatorships. Nearly. I like the way he broke that off. That was pretty cool. You know what I mean? I like the way he described that. It's a good, healthy mix of big words and stuff like that. So let me go back real quick. Let me get back to this. I don't want to make this a long reaction.
Slave turns a saint into a sinner, a child into a killer. His finger on the trigger of a money game. Oh, rain, 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 rain. A storm it comes our way, and those who rise through distorted lies, poison in the veins. But we like to point the blame, 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 blame. It's easier to blame, but point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this old money game. Stop.
One thing I'm catching on into is that he got the man's face covered up in what we would call like a money bag. You know what I'm saying? And using rope to tie it up, almost like a traditional bank robbery. That's kind of weird. But then he got the man playing music, and I was kind of thinking maybe he's saying that there's a money game in the music industry, but I don't know. I might be looking in too far.
This old money game. Mr. President, it's evident that everyone's a resident of fear when they support these ideas to keep us separate. When they make us believe that everybody is coming to terrorize you in the streets, they say proudly through gritted teeth, that's my right to hate, that's freedom of speech. But when did freedom become a reason to hate? A way to justify a racist slur or insult we make? There's an irony in freedom, cause us in the West, we have pillaged and plundered the murder that's savages, colonized all of the rest. That's called hypocrisy. Preach a certain value that you never keep yourselves. Your country was in flames, you don't.
That's kind of funny when he slapped his head. He slapped the dude's head and homie was still in rhythm.
Irony and freedom, cause us in the West, we have pillaged and plundered the murder that's savages, colonized all of the rest. That's called hypocrisy. Preach a certain value that you never keep yourselves. Your country was in flames, you denigrate yourselves in a second. Still you spit your venom, demonizing immigrants when really you're the immigrant, cause all of us are immigrants or descended from immigrants. Irony is imminent, I'll shed the light on immigrants. America was colonized by Britain. Britain, it was colonized by Rome. And also colonized by the Saxons. They were German, by the way. You know how people throw shade upon the Germans because of history's pain, and yet we made the same mistakes all again. Demonize a whole people, Jewish or Muslim, the same and the same.
I like how he bought that colonization thing full circle. You know what I mean?
Old situations play on repeat. The same old TV shows repeat. Yeah, we worship the bleak. Our opinions are our own and we follow like sheep. There's no left, there's no right. In the middle we sleep. Rain, 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 rain. A storm it comes our way, and those who rise through distorted lies, poison in the veins, but we like to point the blame, 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 blame.
That's so catchy. And the melody, the rhythm is so simple that it makes the song that much catchier. He's not doing really nothing special. He's just kind of keeping that same acoustic rhythm throughout the whole video. Let me see. Is there anything? He said, "Dear Mr. President, it's evident that everyone's a resident of fear that they support the ideas that keep us separate." Cool. I like that. That he's speaking about the general consensus of the culture. When they make us believe that everyone is coming to terrorize you in the streets, they say proudly through gritted teeth. It's my right to hate. That's my freedom of speech. Oh, that's the fast part he did. When they make us believe that everybody is coming to terrorize you in the streets, they say it's proudly through gritted teeth. It has my right to hate. That is freedom of speech. When did freedom become a reason to hate? A way to justify a racial slur or insult we make. There's irony in freedom. They cause us in the West. Wait. That might be a typo. There's an irony in freedom, cause us in the West. I said that wrong. Okay. We have pillaged and plundered through murdered like savages, colonized all the rest. That's called hypocrisy. Preached a certain value that you never kept yourself. If your country was in flame, you imagine yourselves in a second. Yet you still spitting your venom, demonizing immigrants when you're really an immigrant. Okay, and then he kind of goes into the colonization thing. And there's some things about Germans, man. There's a past about Germany that a lot of people don't see either. So I think the general consensus of this, like, dang, I lost it. All right, okay. Let me keep going. I don't want to keep y'all here.
It's easier.
He said Ren is promoting literacy one bar at a time, for real. For some reason, I couldn't read, man. And I have great comprehension. But sometimes I get stuck with reading because I'm worrying about time in the video. So my bad.
A storm it comes our way, and those who rise through distorted lies, poison in the veins, but we like to point the blame, 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 blame. It's easier to blame, but point the mirror at ourselves.
Was he referring to the colonization? Because that like 75% of that last verse was about colonization. But I wonder if he was speaking more about the mental colonization and then like the physical colonization as well. That we can have, we can be controlled. We can have our minds colonized. We can have our minds colonized, and then he's talking about the physical colonization of America, Britain, Rome, and such. You know what I'm saying? I think that was a nice touch.
We're all part of this whole money game.
spoken word.
This old money game. This old money game.
What? That's crazy. That's crazy. We may have to you can't leave me on a cliffhanger like that. You can't leave me on a cliffhanger like that. So I noticed that he's keeping the same rhythm as the first one too. You can see small clips when
Strange time we're living in, panic and hysteria. Poor man learn, the rich man don't care for your narcissist mindset spread like malaria. Sit back and watch the show. America, Britain split through fickle shit. A government of hypocrites. These counterfeit politicians sit in parliament, not adequate.
That's funny because you can almost say like this is like the third verse for the previous one, because the second verse was all talking about the indoctrination and colonization and stuff, and now you jumping into this as almost like calling them out for greed too.
These counterfeit politicians sit in parliament, not adequate. Come on. Needlessly bleeding, resources all dry. Turn a blind eye if it means a pay rise. Oh, what a shame it would be, I would die.
Turn a blind eye if it means a pay raise will rise. That's bars.
I turn a blind eye if it means a pay rise. Oh, what a shame it would be, I would die if number 10 Downing Street burned in a fire. Only joking, only messing, don't be stressing. I'm a peaceful adolescent, there's no need to be unpleasant. Write my thesis in a rhyme scheme to analyze the brain while my fingers on the trigger of a money game. Oh, rain, 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 a storm it comes our way. And no surprise to distorted lies, poison in the veins, but we died upon the blame, 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 blame. It's easier to blame, but point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this whole money game.
So man, we gotta even break it down to the contrast of what happened 3 years ago. You know what I'm saying? You know how many millionaires was created that year when it first started? Y'all know what I'm referring to? You know what I mean? Y'all know what I'm referring to. You know how many millionaires was created? You know how much money switched around? And you know how many different types of industries became millionaires in a year where the people on the bottom didn't have any economy? People lost their jobs. People had to get up out their house. People got evicted. People got on the streets. People, I mean, bro, housing market inflated because of that. We really here for that? Y'all ain't here. Y'all ain't listening to the man. I can tell. I can tell. I can tell y'all ain't listening. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't seeing how this all put together. Y'all don't understand the strategy and the strategicness that goes on with making the money. Nothing is coincidence when it comes from up there. They got the bird's eye view. They got the bird's eye view. They got the bird's eye view, but I got to decide which words I use. Okay.
Blame. It's easier to blame. We point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this whole money game. This old money game. This old money is a game and the ladder we climb turns a saint into a sinner with his finger in crime. I'll break it down for you motherfuckers line by line. This is business economics in a nursery rhyme. She sells seashells on a seashore, but the value of these shells will fall due to the laws of supply and demand. No one wants to buy shells because there's loads on the sand. Step one, must create a sense of scarcity. Shells will sell much better if the people think they're rare, you see. Bear with me, take as many shells as you can find and hide them on an island. Stockpile them high until they're rarer than a diamond. Step two, gotta make the people think that they want them, really fucking want them. Hit them like Bronson. Influencers, product placement, featured primetime entertainment. If you haven't got a show, then you're just a fucking waste.
Listen to the man. The man is educating you in the rap song. The man is educating you on the rap song. How many people don't see this? How many people don't see this? In a panic for pleasure and way of life, we'll do anything to live in our ignorance and comfort. Influencers are a part of it too. Influencers that got bought out. You know what I'm saying? Product placement, algorithms. And most of the algorithm on social media is garnered to negative emotion. How many times have you seen somebody share something good? The only things that we share, the only thing that algorithms particularly garner towards to is, hey, I'm getting married. I'm in a new relationship. I'm getting married. Oh, I got a baby on the way. Them like the only good emotions that we actually get on social media. Oh, I got a new car. Oh, that gets a lots of likes. So y'all got, hey man, we got a lot to think about as a culture, man. You know, and I'm in the 80s generation. You know what I mean? I'm in the 80s generation. I'm responsible partly for what's going on too. You know what I'm saying? Because I couldn't see it when I was young because I was blinded by the same propaganda too. It's a money game.
Influencers, product placement, featured primetime entertainment. If you haven't got a show, then you're just a fucking waste, man. Free. It's monopoly. Invest inside some property. Start a corporation, make a logo, do it properly. Shells must sell, that will be your new philosophy. Swallow all your morals, they're a poor man's quality. 4. Expand. Clear forest, make land, fresh blood on hands. 5. Why just shells? Why limit yourself? She sells seashells, sell oil as well. 6. On sell stock, sell.
I like how you put that together. Hold on, let me go that back.
Placement, featured primetime entertainment. If you haven't got a show, then you're just a fucking waste, man. Free. It's monopoly. Invest inside some property. Start a corporation, make a logo, do it properly. Shells must sell, that will be your new philosophy. Swallow all your morals, they're a poor man's quality. 4.
Swallow all your morals, that's a poor man's quality. You know what I'm saying? I always talk about what people do to get famous and how many people get screwed over on top of that. That's coming back, man. That's coming back to you. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of feel sorry for the people who have to deal with this. Like, you know what I mean? You're like, you know what I'm saying? We all benefit off this society. We all reap the benefits of what these people did in the past, but that past comes back to catch up with us. And you know what I'm saying? We don't really know what America's in for because we don't know what exactly America is doing across the rest of the world. So there's going to be a lot of unsuspecting Americans who represent freedom of speech, who tend to live that way of life, and then we're going to end up getting the brunt of what somebody else should have got because what they did 50 years ago. That sounds familiar, don't it? All right, let's go.
Must sell, that will be your new philosophy. Swallow all your morals, they're a poor man's quality. 4. Expand, expand, expand. Clear forest, make land, fresh blood on hands. 5. Why just shells? Why limit yourself? She sells seashells, sell oil as well. 6. Guns, sell stock, sell diamonds, sell rock, sell water to a fish, sell the time to a clock. 7. Press on the gas, take your foot off the brakes, then run to be the president of the United States. 8. Big smile, make big wave, that's great. Now the truth is overrated, tell lies out the gate. 9. Polarize the people. Controversy is the game. It don't matter if they hate you, if they all say your name.
I said that. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of the stuff that's happening in this country is having a reverse effect. I think instead of them trying to take over the country, I think they're going to have the country implode on itself. I'm sorry. I said the quiet part out loud.
10. The world is yours. Step out on the stage to a round of applause. You're a liar, cheat, a devil, a whore.
Only reason I know the words because I'm singing it with them. So.
And you sell seashells on the seashore.
Rain, 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 rain. A storm, it comes our way. And no surprise to distorted lies. Poison in the veins, but we die upon the blame, 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 blame. It's easier to blame. We point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this whole money game. This old money game.
Oh, that's the next 2 reactions right there. I should probably do a Ren dedicated stream like I did with Easy Meal a couple years ago. Let me play this all the way through.
This old.
All right, man. Money Game 1 and 2. Strange concept, but I like it. I like it. You know what I'm saying? This is not low value, low quality music right here. Money Game 1 and 2 is exactly what the people need to hear. This is exactly the type of music that Marvin Gaye was trying to do, the type of music that Bob Marley was trying to do, was to enlighten and inform. But he has to do it on this form because you know, they're not gonna let Ren come on TV and do Money Game. No. All right. But with that being said, I see y'all at the next reaction, man. Peace.